Picture this, Andrew Chen pacing the buzzing Uber offices in San Francisco, eyes locked on a whiteboard flooded with user numbers. And a problem nobody wanted to admit. Uber's early days were dead silent. No riders, no drivers, just crickets. How do you launch something everyone needs but no one's using? This is the cold start problem, the invisible chokehold on every new tech product. What if I told you there's a secret sauce that the biggest tech giants, Google, Facebook, Apple, all use to break the silence and ignite explosive growth? Let's crack the code together. Before Uber ruled the streets, its app lay barren. Andrew Chen saw firsthand what a frozen network looks like, and why it's a death sentence for startups. In 2010, Uber rolled into Los Angeles with 0 drivers and 0 riders. Andrew Chen recalls the desperation. Drivers logged on but found no passengers, while riders opened the app only to see emptiness. The vicious cycle meant no traction until they focused on micro-communities like tech events, igniting pockets of users who fueled each other. The grind was gritty, but that initial spark broke the freeze. Chen compares network effects to a party invitation. If you're the only one showing up, it's no fun. But as more people arrive, the energy skyrockets. Suddenly, everyone wants to be there. This contagious value grows exponentially as every new user adds not just more attendees, but new reasons to come, share, and stay. It's social gravity in digital form. Once Uber hit critical mass in those key neighborhoods, the growth shifted from crawl to runaway train. Drivers stayed because they made money, riders stuck around because it was reliable. What seemed like a cold start snowballed into market dominance. The insight? Getting past the freeze isn't about luck. It's seeding and sustaining tiny clusters of engaged users until their pull becomes irresistible. Why do some products stay frozen while others thaw fast? Chen unpacks the exact strategy. No magic, just smart science disguised as street smarts. Chen details how Facebook's early play was laser-focused on Harvard's campus, one tight network where every new user added visible value immediately. Instead of going broad, they seeded a hotbed where friends could instantly connect. This precision seeding warmed the product, turning disconnected folks into a buzzing network hungry to invite more. No guessing, just pinpoint targeting. The chicken and egg problem is brutal. Users don't join because there's no content. Content doesn't appear without users. Chen illustrates this with a jazz club analogy. No audience means no band, and no band means no audience. You have to solve which comes first, often starting with something that's not obvious, an artificial nudge or a small subsidy to tip the balance. Trigger loops are like feedback loops on steroids. Chen calls out how Airbnb used guest reviews as triggers. Each review encouraged more stays, more bookings, more reviews. It's an escalating cycle where one action fuels another in a chain reaction. This loop embeds growth into the product's DNA and keeps the solution alive long after launch. Launching is just round one. To scale, you need a flywheel that spins faster with every push. Chen shows how network effects morph products into unstoppable forces. Chen breaks down direct network effects with the example of WhatsApp. The more friends you chat with, the more valuable the app becomes, simple and direct. Contrast that with indirect network effects like eBay's. More sellers attract buyers, and more buyers attract sellers. A complex dance that multiplies growth but takes careful choreography to maintain balance. Marketplaces are Chen's superhero example. They don't just add value, they unleash exponential compounding. Take Instacart. More shoppers mean more availability. More shoppers attract better stores. Better stores bring more customers. This multi-sided effect is like a turbocharged dynamo, driving value on all fronts simultaneously and making the platform almost impossible to replace. To keep this flywheel healthy, Chen argues you need microsurgical metrics, tracking engagement rates, retention, and velocity of user interactions. It's the difference between guessing and knowing if your network effects are genuine or just smoke and mirrors. These metrics reveal the pulse of your product before it's too late. Even geniuses stumble. Chen reveals the common traps startups fall into and how to dodge them without losing momentum. Chen remembers hearing about a ride-sharing startup burning millions on paid user acquisition with 0 organic engagement. The numbers looked good on the spreadsheet, but the app still echoed with silence. Paid ads never solved the cold start problem because they don't build real networks. They buy noise, not connection. Copycats can swoop in and steal your thunder before your network locks in. Chen highlights how early social apps lost their edge when giants cloned features and used their big user bases to crush originals. The lesson: build defensible network effects that rivals can't cheaply duplicate or replicate overnight. User incentives aren't just niceties, they're survival kits at launch. Chen points to how early Uber gave lucrative bonuses to drivers and incentives to riders. This alignment created commitment, not just curiosity. Ignoring incentives is like trying to start a fire with wet wood, effort wasted without returns. Chen doesn't stop at theory. He peeks ahead to how network effects will shape tomorrow's tech launches and what you can do right now to ride the wave. Imagine AI diving into your product's user data in real time, optimizing triggers and onboarding moments to squeeze every drop of growth. Chen sees artificial intelligence as a force multiplier for network effects, automating and supercharging how new users become engaged, connected, and retained faster than ever. Tools like no-code builders and plug-and-play API integrations are slashing the time to seed networks. Chen highlights startups using these resources as their secret weapon to bypass traditional cold start slowdowns, enabling even solo founders to launch with effective network effects baked in from day one. Chen wraps up with a battle-tested checklist: identify your core network cluster, design irresistible triggers, align incentives tightly, measure relentlessly, build defensible moats. For anyone facing silence on launch day, this checklist isn't just theory, it's a map from cold to viral. Remember Uber's empty streets in LA? That quiet desperation wasn't failure. It was the cold start's grip, one every tech giant has faced. But the story isn't about freezing in place. It's about lighting small fires, micro-communities, clever incentives, smart triggers, and letting those sparks become wildfires. Your next product launch? Treat it like a party you're building, one true friend at a time. Try this, pick your tightest network cluster today and create a trigger so tempting they can't ignore it. That's how you break the silence and start the roar. Subscribe for more book summaries like this one.